I was only 10 years of age at the time, but I was old enough to feel the shame and horror of it all. It has always been said that my father stole all the securities and fled. It is not true. It was his belief that if he were given time in which to realize them, all would be well, and every creditor paid in full. He started in this little yacht for Norway, just before the warrant was issued for his arrest, and I can remember that last night when he bade farewell to my mother, he left us a list of the securities he was taking, and he swore that he would come back with his honour cleared, and that none who had trusted him would suffer. Well, no word is ever heard of him again. Both the yacht and he vanished utterly. We believe my mother and I, and he, and it, with the securities that he had taken with him, were at the bottom of the sea. And we had a faithful friend, however, who was a businessman, and it was he who discovered some time ago that these securities which my father had with him had reappeared on the London market. And you can imagine our amazement. I spent months trying to trace them, and at last, after many doubtings and difficulties, I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey, the owner of this here hut. Naturally, I made my inquiries about the man. I found that he had been a commander of a whaler, which was due to return from the Arctic seas at the very time when my father was crossing to Norway. The autumn of that year was a stormy one, and there was a long succession of southerly gales. My father's yacht may have well been blown to north, and there met Captain Peter Carey's ship. If that was so, what had become of my father? In any case, if I could prove from Peter Carey's evidence how these securities came on the market, it would be a proof that my father had not sold them, and that he had no view to personal profit when he took them. I came down to Sussex with the intention of seeing the captain, but it was at this moment that his terrible death occurred. I read at the inquest the description of this cabin, in which it stated that the old logbooks of his vessel were preserved in it. It struck me that if I could see what had occurred the month of August 1883 on board the Sea Unicorn, I might settle the mystery of my father's fate. Last night I tried again and succeeded, but I find that the pages which deal with that month have been torn from the book. It was at that moment that I found myself a prisoner of your hands." "Is that all?" asked Hopkins.